Miniature Landscape Hobbies is proudly supported by these sponsors.
They say that comparison is the death of joy, and nowhere is this adage more true than with miniature painting. Every day, I'm contacted by different miniature painters who aren't satisfied with their work. It seems that they just can't get their models to look like the stuff they see on YouTube and Instagram. But here's the truth. The gap between your work and what you see online isn't often about talent. Sometimes it's about presentation.
Let's start with a little philosophy. Art is a journey, and every artist, no matter how experienced, falls into the trap of wanting to fast forward to their so-called peak.
But here's the thing. There's no such thing as an artistic peak. There's always one more technique, one more skill, or one more talent to learn.
Real growth happens in small, steady steps. Each miniature teaches you something new, something the last one didn't. And that process never really ends. But there's also another side to this. While you're working, there are a few tricks of the trade quietly working against you. Tricks that make what you see online seem untouchable.
So today I want to pull back the curtain and expose 4 visual lies that make you think that your work is worse than it is.
Have you ever seen a miniature painted by a master artist in real life? Under normal lighting and outside of the studio. If you have, you might have been a little underwhelmed. That's because what you see online is often the result of photo editing and controlled lighting. Most YouTubers and artists, myself included, use software like Lightroom or Photoshop to fix contrast, tweak color balance, and enhance the vibrancy. Cameras struggle to feature the full range of color and shadow we see with our eyes, especially on small subjects, so we boost the contrast, brighten the highlights, and sometimes even remove tiny blemishes.
The result? A model that looks absolutely stunning, but it's exaggerated from the way it looks in real life.
This isn't meant to deceive, it's meant to make the artwork look as good as it feels to the artist. But when you compare your unedited photo to their tweaked masterpiece, you're not comparing apples to apples. Remember, cameras and editing can lie, even when they're not trying to. The next visual lie is all about time and intent. Most of us have limited time to paint. Between work, family, and life, maybe we can only grab an hour or 2 here and there. And sometimes we're painting rank and file troops. Pieces meant to hit the tabletop, not to win awards. Meanwhile, the YouTuber you're watching is probably showing you their best work, something they spent days or even weeks perfecting. I have dozens and dozens of minis that I paint to tabletop standard. Good, but not display level. You just don't see most of them on the camera. This isn't because I'm hiding them, but because my intent is to show you something teachable and beautiful on film. So when you compare your army models to someone's showpiece tutorial, remember that you're comparing your daily work to their highlight reel.
Give yourself permission to paint models that are good enough. Not all of your work needs to be a magnum opus.
Let's talk about mistakes. When you're painting, you see everything, every wobbly line, every rough highlight. But when you watch a YouTube video, what do you see? Only the successes. The truth is, no artist shows every misstep or failed attempt. Not because we're hiding them, but because we don't have unlimited time. What you see is the final cut, the best take, the successful result. That can create the illusion that these creators never make mistakes, that they just glide through every paint job flawlessly. But trust me, and I speak from experience, we screw up constantly. The only difference between you and an expert
is that the expert has had more time to fail and more time to learn from those failures. So when you make a mistake, don't get discouraged. The next time you mess up might be just the thing that helps you level up.
The last visual lie is all about the tools of the trade. Many YouTube painters have access to high-end gear. professional brushes, airbrushes, and the latest paints from sponsors. That's not a bad thing, but it's worth remembering that these tools make a big difference. Before I had an airbrush, I was always baffled by how other creators achieve such smooth blends and base coats. Once I finally got one, it all clicked. The tool itself was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. The same thing goes for things like dry brushes, wet palettes, and custom primers. These tools help. If you're working with basic brushes and craft paints, don't be hard on yourself. You're still developing the most important skill of all, brush control.
And honestly, with the same tools and a bit of practice, you can probably pull off what you see online.
So, to recap, the 4 visual lies that make online painting seem unreachable are photo editing and lighting, time and intent, only showing the successes, and high-end tools. None of these things are meant to discourage you. They exist to make the art look its best and to inspire you. But now that you know the truth, you can make sure that you don't compare your work unfairly. Your minis don't need to look like anyone else's. They just need to look like yours. Every painter started right where you are, and with time, patience, and curiosity, you'll look back at your work and realize how far you've come.
So keep painting, keep practicing, and remember that perfection is an illusion. But progress, that's real art.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out the links in the video description. There you'll find links to Miniature Market and Wayland Games. Purchases from these links help support the channel, and I'd really appreciate that. You can also join my Patreon for early access to my videos, hobby discounts from tons of great retailers, and loads of STL files for wargaming accessories. See you next time for more miniature gaming, painting, and diorama videos. But most importantly, until then, remember to keep building life in miniature.